Hello everybody. Today I'm going to attempt to frame this rose or put it in a frame, and then I'm going to line the border with duct tape. It's a brown color. It probably would have been better if it had been maroon or a dark green, but I think it looks all right. At least to me it does. And I'll show you as I go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the edge, which I did on the one side, and then I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, as you can see, I've taken all the border around the edges off. All I did was use scissors. Okay, I did notice that there are some drills missing, but that's okay. I can always put them back. I got the chart right here. So then what I'm going to do, I think I decided to go with black instead of the brown. So to give you an idea with the brown, I'm going to unroll the tape, go all the way across each side, but only one side at a time. I'm going to pull it out, lay it down, and make sure that I have extra on the edges. And I'll show you that on one side in just a bit. As you can see, I did one side. Just this side. So I'm going to pause the camera again and do the other three. Okay, as you can see, I've done all four sides, and I wanted to explain to you why you leave extra at the edges. Duct tape has a way of stretching at the very end when you pull it off the roll, and it has a stretchy look to it. So you want to overlap it on both edges as you go, so you can cut that off if need be. Okay, so I'm going to get closer here. What I'm going to do, or attempt to do, is I'm going to get a ruler and put it in this corner here, from this edge here to this edge. And then I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and cut that line. Okay, I got my ruler. I forgot to bring it in, so I had to pause the camera. So wish me luck. I'm just going to put the ruler like this and aim it for this point and cut. Hopefully my head is not in the way. Okay, so I'm going to line up the corner here. Ah, don't move on me. Okay, how about if we do this? Can't tell where the line is. All right. Give it a good crease there. There we go. So there is a corner there, and that's a corner there. So I'm going to slice it. And what I hope to do, make a nice crease. ever so carefully. Just like that. And now I'm going to cut this edge off. It's sticking. Let's see how that worked out. Could be worse. There was a little bit showing there, but I can always put a little bit black in there and you won't see it as much. But I'm going to do the other 4. Or, excuse me, the other 3. Okay, now that I've got the corners cut off, I think it turned out pretty good for being my first time. There was a little glitch down here at the corner, but if I need to, I can just paint that edge black. But it's going underneath the glass, so it may not be noticeable. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this with Mod Podge. Doesn't matter what kind of Mod Podge you get for this instance. I'm going to be using one of these foam brushes, just like this. Now I'm not going to go up onto the tape. What I'm going to do is just the exposed area of this, and then I'm going to lay the canvas on top of it, then put books, and then lift up the edges and go around with Mod Podge. And that's all you do to paint it. Okay, now that I got the Mod Podge on, I'm going to lay the canvas down very gently. Making sure I'm going the right direction with it. Okay. Very carefully. I'm going to lay this down. It'll take a few adjustments. And that was probably not the brightest way of doing that either. Okay, let's take a look at it. Needs a little bit more adjusting. I didn't have one of those bright oil pencils. So I wasn't able to mark the tape with something that I could easily wipe off. So right now I'm just patting it down with my hands. Is this going to stay? No. Okay, so there it is in place. Now I'm going to go around with a small, whoop, camera moved. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to go around with a small brush around the edges. Okay, I've gone ahead and went around the edges and put Mod Podge on the canvas itself and laid it back down. I did have a little bit of seepage out the side when I laid it down, so I took an antibacterial wipe and wiped it off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay it flat on the table. I'm going to put books over the top, making sure I get all the edges covered with books. And then when I'm done with that, I'll go inspect the canvas, put the drills back in that I know that came out. There's not a whole lot of them. And then I will put it in its frame. The next video you will see is it hung up on the wall. I hope you enjoyed the video.